So in performance testing, we have the different tools in market. So what are the tools in market means load runner, Neoload, and JMeter, and LoadGen, and Soasta. So using these tools, we can do for the performance testing. So this all will be in market will be there, but one of the important and powerful tool will be load runner to performance testing point of, because of all companies they are using for the only load runner, because of this is the expenses tool. So means we need to buy the license. So we need to buy the license. So that is why we need to maximum companies, all MNCs, major companies, all companies they are using for the load runner. And after that, Neoload also will be there. And Neoload will be, this is also expense tool, but this is not used. See, in 90% of the companies they are using for the load runner. In 10 in the out of 10 is a 5% people using for the Neoload. And going to the JMeter, LoadGen, Soasta. These three tools will be open source tool, means everyone can free to download it and we can do for the performance testing. So using these tools, we need to do for the performance testing. First one, going to the load runner, and we can teach our class point of view load runner and JMeter. So in the load runner, what are the components load runner and what each component, what we can do, and as same to the JMeter, what is the JMeter, how to use the JMeter, how to record the script, and these all things we can discuss in our classes. So going to the, so in load run, it is introduced by the starting with the HP. So after that HP, it is adapted to the Micro Focus, and and Neoload is a Neotus company. It is introduced for the Neoload. And JMeter, LoadGen, Soasta, this will be open source tool, means anyone can download it and you can use for this point of view. So that is why. So see, for example, the one client will be there. For example, Facebook application, it is came as a performance testing point of view. So we are new to this application, and they don't know perform testing, and as same to which tool he has to use also they don't know, but he used it for the JMeter. So JMeter is a open source tool, means anyone can buy and license. So he use it for the JMeter. Then what will happen, client will ask for the, okay, in performance testing point of view, we are giving for the $3,000 million to your project. $3,000 million to your project. So then what will happen? JMeter is the open tool. Then one day it is a client meeting happen. Then they will ask for the, okay, in perform testing, how many resources will be there, and as same to which tool you are using, and how much is the tool expenses. They told as a JMeter is a free tool. We don't need to buy this license. Then what will happen? They will simply the $3,000 million between, we will give for the $3,000 million only, because of this is the open source rule, right? So you can use for the open source tool and you can do for perform testing. Then what will happen? Company will ask for the more than $3,000 million. So that is why. So maximum all companies use for the only expenses tools, because of, so what will happen is, you are not using for the expenses tool, client is not give for the this much of amount, $3,000, $4,000 million. So this much of amount budget will be, client will not provide. Okay, now we are using for the load runner, and we need to buy the license this one. See, in load runner only we are giving for the $2,000 million we are purchasing for the product. So then what will happen? Okay, in 2000 millions they are purchasing tool point of view only, right? So we'll give for the $5,000 million to complete this perform testing. Then you can start your work. So means if it any company they are using for the any expense test tool, means that is the benefit of that company. So that is why everyone will be go with the load runner. So we'll discuss with the one by one in load runner. So in load runner, we have the 5 components in load runner. How many components? 5 components. So one is the virtual user generator and controller and agent process, load generator and analyzer. Using these 5 components, we need to do for the performance testing. Load runner, how many components?
5.
5
components. So what are there means? Virtual user generator, we can call it as a views and shortcut, and controller and agent process and analyzer. So we'll go into the one by one. So what is virtual user generator? So virtual user generator means you want to record the script, and after that record the script, it will be generated for the script statement purpose. We can use for the virtual generator. So simply answer, if anyone asks for the what is the user or virtual user generator means, we can record the script and generate for the script statement purpose. We can use for the user or virtual user generator, and controller will be there. So in once we can record the script will be generated in user. Once the script will be recorded, the script we can push into the controller, and we can design for the multiple user point of view. So in user, what will happen? One user you are doing for the everything, but in controller what will happen means you need to do for the multiple like multi design, like number of user point of view you need to do for the controller. Controller nothing but we can design the scenario and execute with the multiple users. What is the controller? We can design the scenario and execute with the multiple users. And going to the next one will be agent process. What is the agent process means? It is the establish the connection between controller and load generator. Means it will be some connection will be happen. So that connection, how it will come to the controller to load generator means using for the agent process. Means agent process is the one of the interface between these two, controller and load generator. And fourth one will be load generator. What is the load generator means? It generate the load against the application. And fifth one will be analyzer. So once test is completed, so we need to analyze the results. So to analyze the results, to find the bottlenecks, we can use for the analyzer. So what is the bottleneck? Nothing but it is a error or defect. Maybe you are doing for the perform testing, you are analyze the results. Once analyze the results, you find some issues. That is, we can call it as a bottleneck in our performance terminology. So analyzer nothing but to analyze the results and to find out the bottlenecks. So how many components in load runner? 5 components. What are they means? Virtual user
Component.
So in virtual user generator, which purpose we can use, Vamshi?
recording purpose, script recording.
Yes, script recording, and it will generate for the statement purpose. Controller, which purpose we can use, Mohammed? Mohammed, are you there? Pavani?
Sir.
Yeah, which purpose we can use controller?
Yeah, control is used to create virtual users and execute a test with the multiple users.
Okay, good. So, Mohammed, what is the agent process? Sushmita?
It is interface between the controller and load generator.
Yes, this is the interface between the controller and agent process. So what is the load generator, Sushmita?
It generates the load and against the applications.
Yes, it will be generate the load against the application. Okay, good. What is the analyzer?
Analyze the results.
To analyze the result to find out the bottlenecks. So
Bottlenecks.
these 5 components we need to do for our performance testing. So what we can do means we can start with the first one will be virtual user generator. Once this everything, how to we can record the script and how to we can do for the scripting and everything we can discuss in that virtual user generator. Once that is completed, then we can move to the controller, and after that we can move to the analyzer. Using these 5 components only we can do for the end-to-end performance testing. Going to the next point, load runner architecture. So how it will happen, load runner architecture, I will explain. So this is the load runner architecture. So what are components we have? So those one will be there. User, controller, and analyzer. So to controller to load generator, already I told, right? It is the interface will be AP means agent process. Using this, it is sent to the request to the LG. For example, we are doing for the Facebook login. So login means what will happen? You need to give for the username and password and click in the login button. Then what will happen? The request to, once you can click on login, it will go to this request to LG using who? AP means agent
AP.
process. Using this, it is going to the request LG, and LG means load generator. This load generator, this request will send to the web server, and web server same request will send to the app server, and app server will be sent to the database server. So then what will happen? For example, I given for the Kiran 123 password. So what will happen in the database? It will check. Okay, Kiran 123 will be there, not there. It will check for the database. Okay, if it is there, then we are sending. This is the entire will be request. Once send this one, okay, Kiran 123 will be there. Okay, it is going to the next page. Means it will send to the response to the database server. Will send to the response app server. App server to it is coming to the web server, and web server to it is going to the LG, and again LG it is sent to the controller. So this request it is going, and we are getting for the response. So first one we are sending request. So means just you can click in the login button. So means what will happen? Actually this username will be there, not there. It is going to, it will searching for the, going to the controller to LG to web server, app server, DB server. In the DB server, it will check for the, this username password will be there, not there. Maybe it will be not there also, it will send response. Okay, sometimes we'll get the right message, your username password will be wrong. So what will happen? The database will be checked for this one. Database server, it will check for the, okay, so details will be there, not there. Okay, it will be there. It is going to the next page. It will be not there. You will get for the message like username and password will be wrong. So this is the, we are sending the request and we are getting for the response. So that is why we are sending request is the, this is the arrow. So in the response also we are getting for the app server to web server, LG, and LG to controller. This round trip of request and response, we can call it as a response time. What is the response time? Round trip of request and response, we can call it as a response time. So for example, I will open one site. So this is the one flight booking application will be there. So now I'm logging Jojo and Bean. So you are clicking login means what will happen? The request will go to the controller, and controller to whom go? Next will be going to, through agent process is going to the LG, and LG to it is going to the app server, server,
Web server. Web server to
DB server. Means once we can click on this, right, immediately it is going to the, okay, it is going and send response also. Okay, you are going to the next page means you are get for the response. So this round trip of request and response is called it as a response time. Means it is a login, how much time it is taken, the request going time and response time back. So this round trip of request, we can call it as a response time. So this is only our major work. So you need to find the, okay, launch how much time, what is the response time, what is the login response time, and what is the flight booking, and what is the payment, what is the logout. So see, for example, after that I'm clicking for the flight button, and after that I will select for the some departure city and arrive city. You can select anything is fine. Okay, and after that you want change the departure date, and return date means you can change it also. And same too, you need to change for the seating preferences. So that will be Windows or else anything you need to change it. And same to the type of seat. Click on continue. And after that, these all will be available flights. You need to select for the any one of the flight. So I'm selecting for the 322 flight. It's a 5 p.m. and $731 flight. So just click on that. And after that, we need to book the ticket means payment is a must, right? So you need to give for the some details. It is asking for the payment details like which city and credit card number. So you need to give for the credit card and you need to give for the expiry date of the credit card. Click on continue. So thank you for booking through web tour application. So it means your ticket booking is successfully completed. After completed, you need to click on sign up. So each and every one, we can call it as a transaction response time. Like it's a launch is the one transaction. After launch, what we done?
Login.
Login. And after that login,
Click on
Flight
flight.
book. Click on flights.
so which application, for example, we are doing for the flight booking application we are doing, right? In the transactions, we can observe first one will be what is that? Launch
Launch URL.
URL. And after that, what we are done? Login.
Login.
And after that,
Click on flight.
Click on flights.
click on flights.
Flights.
Click on flights. And after that, what we done?
Find
Departure
flights.
city.
Find flight means we need to select we can go. Like maybe we need to select for the departure city, arrival city, and flight. This everything it is coming for the find flight. And after that,
Payment.
Payment details.
so payment means once we can
Payment.
select for the source and destination, we select for the flight. After that, payment is must, right? So payment. And final transaction,
Log out.
Log out. Sign up.
Sign up.
log out or sign up, whatever maybe. So means this all will be to book the flight ticket, means this all will be each and every one we can call it as a transaction. So launch is the one transaction, login is the one transaction, and click on flight is the one transaction, and find flight will be one transaction, and payment will be one transaction, and logout will be one transaction. So this transaction, this launch will be there. This round trip of request, we can call it as a, what is that?
Response time.
Response time.
So we need to find this response time. Okay, one user, it will took for the some 446 microseconds ms. Okay, means what will happen? This request is going to the like controller to
Control.
Load project.
Load runner.
load runner, and after that web and app DB. So this round trip of request, it is took as a one user will be 446. So you need to find this. Okay, you are doing for this application with the 1000 users. How many users? 1000 users.
1000.
So 1000 users at a time launch is happen. So how much time it will take? Like it will take for the 2 seconds or more than 2 seconds or less than 1 second. So we need to test. So how do you can test means using for the vision we can't test because vision only we can do for the single user point of view. So the script will be everything is ready. Then we can push into the where controller. So means you need to find for the okay 1000 users test we need to do. Okay, 1000 users, how much time it is take? Actually, normal will be 2 seconds will be our SLA. Means SLA nothing but service level agreement. Means client will provide as a, if it is 1000 users you are doing for the test, it is not cross for the 1000 users, average time will be more than 2 seconds, don't cross. Maybe it is cross, that is we can call it as a bottleneck or issue or defect or whatever maybe error. So that is why you need to test the application, and each and every transaction it is not take more than 2 seconds. Our SLA will be 2 seconds. We can call it as a SLA nothing but that is our service level agreement. Means client given as a okay, you can test with the 1000 users. So in that application, it's a launch is 1000 users at a time happen also. It is not took for the more than 2 seconds. So we need to test for the like this 2 seconds and log out also 2 seconds. So our major work will be okay for doing for this all transactions. We are getting for the within SLA or not 2 seconds. We can call it a SLA, right? service level agreement. So we are meeting SLA or not, means we are meeting SLA. 2 seconds you got, okay, it's fine. Less than 2 seconds also is fine. But is the more than 2 seconds is happening for the 1,000 users. So you should find the where could be problem. What is the issue? What is the bottleneck? So we need to find that one. So if everything you got as a less than 2 seconds, then what we can do? Directly we can send to the report to the team. Okay, we are executed with the 1,000 users. We observe for the all the transactions we are getting for the within 2 seconds response time. So this results is the went good. So we'll give for the sign off to the project. Maybe you got as a this find flight will be 3 seconds you got. Actually, what is our SLA?
Service
2 seconds.
level.
2
2
seconds.
seconds.
Wow,
2
how much time
seconds.
it is took for one transaction, find flight? It took for the more than 2 seconds.
More than 2 seconds.
So what is that? After we are analyzed the using for the analyzer tool, we analyzed it. Okay, find flight button, 1,000 users. It is took as a 3 seconds. Then we need to find the why it is taken for this 3 second time. Actually, CPU memory will be there, right? So maybe 1,000 user point of view, CPU memory is not sufficient. So you can see, for example, right now, you want to see the CPU memory means. So okay, so in performance, so you can observe CPU, this one, memory, this one. So while during the 1,000 user test, maybe this CPU memory is not sufficient. It is crossing more than 80%. So it is already 82% will be there. Maybe, so what will happen? 1,000 user point of view, memory is not sufficient. So what we need to write the mail means, okay, hi team, we are executed with the 1,000 users. Okay, we analyze the results in the find flight transaction is taking for the more than 3 seconds because of memory is not sufficient for the 1,000 users. Could you please increase for the memory? Maybe CPU is also not sufficient. You need to same mail we need to send. Okay, means you need to resolve like this. Got it? Got it, right?
Yes.
So this is our load runner architecture. So how it is this request is going and response we are getting. This round trip of request and response we can call it as a response time. Okay. So now we'll go move to the again PT lifecycle will be there. Means you can do for the performance testing means we should follow the some testing process. Like see, this is the PT lifecycle. So if anyone asks, okay, what is the PT lifecycle or which process following your organization or what is the your roles and responsibilities? If anyone asks for these 3 questions, same answer. Okay, answer will be POC and non-functional requirement and test plan and workload model and test data and script recording and enhancements and design scenario and test execution and result analysis and reporting and recommendation and risk and mitigations. So using these 10, we need to do for the performance testing point of view. So you guys can understand. See 5th onwards, what will happen? Script recording enhancements. Where we can do?
Virtual.
Virtual
Virtual user.
Virtual user
Right? User. We can call it as a VUser. Using the VUser, we can do that one. And after that, design the scenario and execution. Where we can do?
control.
Controller.
Control.
So because controller, what is the controller means? You need to design the scenario and execute with the multiple users. And going to the after that results analysis will be there. Where we can do results analysis? Using the analyzer.
Analyzer.
Analyze.
So after analyze the
Analyze.
results, then you need to send the report. Like already I told, right? Okay, we are executed 1,000 users. We are good for the all. We are getting for the 2 seconds. Then results will be good. If it is not, then you need to recommend it to the team. Like okay, it is a 1,000 user point of view. CPU memory is insufficient for this 1000 user point of view. Could you please increase? So these all things will coming for the risk and mitigations. Got it? Okay. I will explain for this also. Okay. After that, I will explain this also. Okay, no problem. So I will show you today just one script I will record, and I will show the how to we can record the script. So using this we can do for the script recording. What is this? Virtual user
Virtual
generator.
And
So you need to open this one. You can open this. Okay, after that, see, once you open the virtual user generator, it will looks like. Then after that, you need to create new script. This is the add new script. Everyone able to see? So you can click on plus button. It automatically, it will be new script. See, you need to create new script means it will come this one. And after that, these all will be different protocols will be there based on the application developed. Maybe it is application developed SAP application. Then what you need to do? You need to select for the SAP. Otherwise, the application will be, all application will be web-based. Like Facebook is a web-based, flight booking web-based, and as same to the banking application web-based, insurance application web-based, healthcare applications web-based. So it means maximum application will be web-based application only will be there. So that is why you need to select for the web HTTP HTML protocol. So all web-based application, which protocol you can select? Web HTTP HTML. So you need to select for the web HTTP HTML, and after that you need to give for the script name. So for example, which application we are doing? This is the which application?
WebTour.
WebTour application. In the WebTour, what we are doing?
flight book.
Flight booking.
Like booking.
So by giving for the script name also, we need to give for the proper, because we are everyone not going as a fresher. So you are already full professional guy. So means you need to give for the proper names. So it's application name you need to give like WebTour
Flight booking.
Slash
tour underscore what doing we are flight booking. Booking, and you need to give for the date. So 10/05/2022 means, see, it's very important point of view, our scripting point of view. So maybe you got job, so you are doing for the scripting. So script name you written as a okay F booking, that's it. So means what will happen? Okay, this guy is not professional guy, because while doing for the scripting as the experienced guy, what is the application name? Okay, this is the application name, WebTour. And after that, in the WebTour, what we are doing? Flight booking we are doing. And this is the timelines. Okay, this release will be okay 10/5/2022 release. So means okay, everyone can see this. Okay, this guy is okay professional, because he's giving for the names good. But you are giving as a booking, but you are not given any what is the application you are doing, you are not given, and what is the timelines also you are not given. Then everyone will know the okay, this guy is not a professor. So means while doing for the script name also, you guys can give for the proper names. Okay, please practice like this one. Okay, and after that you need to be, this is the script path. This script will be saving for the InVision scripts. And after that, you need to click on create button. So once click on create button, so this is the record button. Everyone able to see record button? Record button. So just you can click on record button. After click on record button, we are doing for the web browser. That is why we are selecting for the web applications. That is why you can select as a web browser. So application will be there, right? In the application point of view, you need to select for the any one of the browser. So we have the different browsers, right? Like Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or Internet Explorer and Outlook. So different browsers will be there. So you need to select any one of the file. So for example, I'm selecting as a Internet Explorer. After that, this is the URL. Assume this URL, you are doing which application?
Flight.
Huh?
Web tour.
Web 2.
Web tour application.
Web
So
tour.
means you are doing which application you are doing, you need to give for that URL only. For example, you guys doing for the Facebook application. In the URL place, what we need to give?
www.facebook.
Facebook URL you need to give like www.facebook.com. Otherwise, you are doing for the some ICICIbank.com. Then what you need to give? So means you are doing for the which application, that application name only you need to give. For example, now we are doing for the this application only, right? So you need to take for the URL, you can copy here and paste it here. We are doing for the web application, that is the web tour application. And after you are this is done, then you need to start recording. This is the start record button and click on OK. So what will happen means which application we are selected? What is the browser? See, this is the browser. Which browser this one? Internet Explorer. So you are open already manually open or automatically tool will open? So automatically tool will open, right? So once open this, right, now you need to, what are the things we need to do, like as a flight book application, we already written for the transaction names, launch URL, login, click on flights and find flight and payment, log out. So same transactions you need to do. So you are doing which transaction, you need to give for the transaction name. This is the start transaction. What transaction we are doing? Login.
Login.
So you need to give for the login and transaction name is a T01. And after that, click on OK. And after that, you need to do for the transaction name, username, password you need to leave and click on login. So transaction login is completed or not?
Completed.
So completed means you need to end the transaction because you are started transaction, and after that you need to end this transaction. You can click on this and click on login, means login is ended. After that, click on login. Second transaction name, what is the transaction?
Click on flights.
Click on flights. So this is the start
Click on
transaction.
flights.
Click on. Before done, you click on flights. So you can give the transaction name is T02 and click on flights. So you should wait for the until page will load. Okay. After that only you need to end the transaction. Which transaction we need to end?
Click on flights.
Click on flights. So just you can click on flights. And after that, next what we are doing?
Find flights.
Find flight. So you can give it as a transaction name is a find flight, and I'm giving for that T03 and click on OK. And after that, you need to select for the departure city, arrival city, whatever maybe you can select. So depends on the user, you will go to the different, right? So maybe I'm selecting for the